Connor McDavid, Connor Bedard, two of the most touted prospects in the 20th century. Two Connors, 98 and 97. Both exceptional status players on opposite ends of the nation. Connor Bedard is well on his way to becoming the next phenom in the NHL. But how did he get here? And how does his junior stats compare to that of McDavid's? Well, in today's epi, that's exactly what we're going to find out. We'll be looking at both their junior careers, dissecting what makes them so unique, as well as I'll be ranking them on the eye test. Who's flashier and has more highlight reel goals? And finally, we can't talk about their junior careers if we don't bring up the World Juniors. So, you're going to want to stay till the end because some of these numbers I'm going to share with you are mind-boggling. And ultimately, I'm going to be giving you my opinion on who I think was the better junior player. So guys, if you're new to the channel, feel free to show the channel some love. We're on the road to 3K subs and I can't tell you how nice that would be to reach it. But with that out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy. To bring you up to speed, let's first talk about Connor McDavid. McDavid was just the third player to ever be granted exceptional status back in 2012. And in his rookie season as a 15-year-old playing against 20-year-olds, which is a pretty big margin, McDavid didn't disappoint. He railed the competition, putting up a ridiculous 66 points in 63 games played. A point-per-game player at just the age of 15 years old. He would ultimately end up winning the Rookie of the Year, which became the first of many trophies he would go on to win in junior. Now, as for Bedard's rookie year, just to put this in perspective, here was Connor McDavid's point-per-game percentage as a rookie, 1.04, just over a point per game, and I cannot tell you how impressive this is. Okay, now here's Bedard's point per game percentage, 1.86% as a rookie. Third-year prospects have a hard time doing this, and right out of the gate, Connor Bedard was almost averaging 2 points per game. It was no question. He, like McDavid, also won the Rookie of the Year. In their rookie seasons, McDavid would finish 30th in league scoring, while Bedard would finish 10 spots higher in the 20 spot. So right out of the gate, Bedard's clearly got the edge. But let's take a look at their next two seasons. And here's where it really gets interesting. Even though Bedard crushed McDavid's numbers in their rookie seasons, his point progression was a little bit bumpier than that of McDavid's. And in the second and third seasons for both players, McDavid would ultimately come out on top with the highest points per game average. McDavid's progression is definitely more appealing to the eye, as he continued to get better each and every year, and this is something we still see to this day. And I'm not knocking on Bedard, he put up unreal numbers. It's just interesting that he had a little drop in points percentage in his second year. Regardless, even though Bedard's progression wasn't as smooth as McDavid's, he'd finish with a higher points per game percentage. And if you average all three seasons up for both players, Connor McDavid would finish his OHL career with 1.71 point per game percentage, and Connor Bedard would finish with a 2.2 points per game percentage. That's insane. It's freaking insane. As for playoffs, Bedard only made it to the playoffs in his third year, and you guessed it, he put up more unreal numbers, repping at 2.85 points per game percentage. McDavid's wasn't quite that high, but he still ended up with a 2.45 points per game percentage, and it's worth being noted that he played 13 more games than Bedard. As far as stats go, it's really hard to put a finger on it. Yes, Bedard did finish with a higher points per game percentage over all 3 years, as well as the playoffs. But with that being said, even though he finished with a higher points per game percentage, McDavid's progression was better and he had a higher points per game percentage in their second and third seasons. So it really is a toss-up. I think I'm going to give this one a draw. I don't think there's a definitive winner and there's valid arguments for both players, but let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Now, as far as highlight reel goals, yeah, these guys know a little something about that. Talk about close. Both these guys are very unique with their skill sets. I've seen Bedard do stuff that McDavid has never attempted and vice versa. But then I've also seen them pull off the exact same moves. As much as I love Bedard's moves, I just think speed kills. And that's one thing for sure McDavid has over Bedard. And when you're constantly challenging the opposition with your speed, you're bound for way more highlight reel goals. Not only just his skating speed, McDavid has some of the fastest hands on the planet. I know this is kind of silly and the segment is solely for entertainment value, but yeah, the edge for sure has to go to McDavid. But what do you think? Honestly, it's a toss-up, you know? I think they play very differently. Bedard, he really slows the pace down, right? He lets people come to him and that's where he makes his moves. As for McDavid, he just blows through everybody. He doesn't blow everybody. He skates on through, you know, past everybody. So honestly, I still do give the slight edge to McDavid. It just I haven't seen, you know, Bedard, you know, do what Connor does with his stick handling. You know, it's just a shot. Yeah, he can do the lacrosse style goal, which is pretty sick. Yeah, he can do, you know, the between the legs. They both can do that. I mean, I can do that. But I'm giving the slight edge to Connor. What are your thoughts? Now, for the final segment I'll be judging McDavid and Bedard on is the World Juniors. Every hockey kid's dream. And if you're a diehard hockey fan like me, you should probably already know the answer to this one. But still, let's take a look at the numbers. This is how many points McDavid got in his 2 showings at the World Juniors. 15 points. And here's where Bedard finished with just 2 more games played. What the fuck? That's insane!
You kidding me?
How did he do that? With 2 more games played? Are you kidding me? Yeah, Bedard's on another level. In last year's tournament, Bedard became the all-time Canadian goal scorer at Men's World Juniors with 15 goals, the all-time Canadian points leader, and the most points in a single tournament. Believe it or not, he broke all of those records with just 1 goal. His 14 assists in last year's tournament was the most by any Canadian ever. And as of right now, he's currently sitting 4th all-time in scoring at the World Juniors, only behind Pavel Bure, Robert Reichel, and Peter Forsberg. Another crazy thing, Connor Bedard ranks 4th all-time. Where does McDavid rank all-time for points scored at the World Juniors? It's down the list, and then it's a little bit further, and then a little bit further still. Connor McDavid ranks 220th with 15 points in just 14 games played. And I said this before and I'll say it again. Bedard only played 2 more games. And in those 2 games, he was able to rack up 16 more points than McDavid. And not to mention, roll it.
Back with it. Slides in again. Bedard clocks right in.
Can you believe it? Connor Bedard, oh my gosh! Oh, Gordon Miller, what a great call that was. Bedard will easily go down as one of, if not the best World Junior player of all time. In the big moments, he rose to the occasion. Despite being very similar in their junior careers, it's kind of crazy just how much better Bedard was at the World Juniors than McDavid. So, edge, obviously Connor Bedard. So there you have it. What are your guys' thoughts? Who had the better junior career, Connor Bedard or Connor McDavid? If you've made it this far, guys, I really appreciate you watching this video. Hopefully you learned a little something along the way. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts? Who had the better junior career? Was it Connor Bedard? Was it Connor McDavid? You know, yeah, there's good arguments for, you know, both players, obviously. 2 Connors, 98, 97, like I said in the intro. It's going to be unreal to see what Bedard can do. You know, will he be the next coming of Connor McDavid? It's pretty tough, you know, it's a pretty tough hill to climb. You just look what he's done, coming off 150 points. I never thought I'd see a 150-point player in my lifetime, and I seen it last year with Connor McDavid. So will Bedard do that? You know, maybe one day, but has McDavid hit the ceiling? I don't know. This video is just for juniors, like just for their junior careers. But you know, it's a conversation that I'd love to, you know, have you guys talk about it in the comment section below. But please keep it, you know, as friendly as possible. And if you want to roast me, that's fair. I don't really care. There's the reason I'm wearing this outfit. Yeah, guys, just spark a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. This video did take a lot of research, like just so much research and so much time. You know, I don't really have a lot of time on my hands right now. So it took a while. So if this video, it really should, you know, get some decent views. Here's hoping that it I want to, you know, like last summer the channel really took off when I did a video like this, so here's hoping the same things happen this summer. Here's hoping that this video trumps my best video ever, which I think has 38,000 views only on Draisaitl. It very well could. So if you guys could help me, you know, in achieving that, that would be awesome, and I'd be forever grateful. Take her easy, guys. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe, and if you like these videos, I'll keep them coming. Just make sure you show your support too. Don't be average when you can be above average. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.